Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Screamin'. Welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Into the Light / the Final Shape prep intel. And in today's video, we are going to be going over how to get the new Outbreak perfected from the reprised 0-hour mission. Bunch of things we're going to go over for the normal version as well as the legend version for solo players and for groups. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Into the Light or Final Shape content like this. Now to first start off, you're going to head over to Ada 1. She will have the quest for you as well as this week's Archie quest. If you want to know a little bit more about where to find Archie on the moon this week, you can let me know in the comments down below. But then you will head into the 0-hour mission. Now there's a couple of things that are going to be different between the legendary version and the normal version. In the normal version, you will go through this tunnel under the plane when you get to this particular area. Also in the normal version of the jumping puzzle, you'll come across this part where you're on these floating cranes. You will not come across this area in the legendary version. This area is very fast to traverse. All you need to do is jump all the way down to the bottom and know that there will be another big ledge underneath the wall that you can get onto. Can move through this area pretty quick. The only other major difference between the normal version and the legendary version is this section where you have to go across the floor and step on the right panels in the right order, otherwise you will get killed. This is the pattern for the normal version. I will also cover the pattern for the legendary version a little bit later in the video when we get to that point, but there's a few more things that we have to cover between the end of the normal version of the 0-hour mission till when we get to the legendary. There's going to be a couple more things that you're going to want to do in order to get the Outbreak in its entirety done. Once you've completed the 0-hour mission on normal, you can head back to Ada 1 and pick up your Outbreak perfected. But in order to craft your Outbreak, you're then going to have to do a continuation quest, which will require you first to get a bunch of fallen kills in the Cosmodrome, and then next head back into the 0-hour mission on Legendary and toggle a set of switches. Now for the very first part, I would send you over to Exodus Garden 2A, the Lost Sector in the Cosmodrome. Very easy to find, and you should be able to finish up that portion of the quest fairly quickly. For the next part where you have to go back into the 0-hour and hit the switches, I would recommend doing it in this order. First, this is the location of those switches. The one in the middle here, and then there'll be another one in the next room after you've climbed up what I like to call the missile silos. Now, in order to climb up the missile silo, you're first going to need to hit that first switch on the left. That is the left of the switch that will time you in order to get this portion of the quest done. Hit that switch first, then hit the middle switch on the wall in order to start the timer, and then make your way up to this room within 30 seconds and hit the switch on this wall. For the Trevor section, if you've never done this before, it's fairly easy with a group, but for a solo player or you new players, the thing to remember is that this whole section is one big square with outcroppings or smaller squares on each one of the four corners. Each one of these outcroppings has a switch that you're going to need to hit, and there's also a jumping puzzle through the middle. So the way that I would recommend doing this is first going to the right when you drop down, hitting the two switches on that side, and then jumping across the middle and hitting the two switches on the opposite side before heading to the exit, as the exit will be on that side. So I would definitely recommend going right first versus left, but I leave it to you to figure out which pattern works best. Before the final boss room, you'll of course come to the tiles on the floor once again. This is that pattern for Legendary. Actually a bit easier, I think, than the one for normal. And then you're going to actually have a banner that you can rally. I would suggest if you have a super, at least one like what I had for Strand in this case, use it before you actually go into the boss room, as you're going to get the different bonuses from activating your super. You'll carry some of that in with you, and then you can re-up on your super to use for the boss. This will actually help, I think, a bit with the ads. There's also a very good cheese spot for the final boss room that will allow you to not only continually do damage to any one of the mini bosses, but also take out a lot of the snipers, which I think are one of the things that you need to focus on, especially early on, because you're not going to make much progress in this room if you continually die. And I think a lot of people focus on the bosses versus some of these smaller level enemies, and you end up dying before you can really even do damage to the boss. The first thing, of course, is always to take out the turrets. I like to use a sword for that area just because you just slapdash away. You don't really need to worry too much about dying at that point. But then once you actually start doing damage to the bosses, I like to go to the right side of the room as you enter. You'll notice on both sides of the room there are these gantries that you can walk up on top of. But on the right side of the room there is one that is close to a crane that is also hanging down from the roof. Now if you make your way onto that crane, you can then actually make your way up onto the catwalk that is over the entirety of the boss room. Now the great thing about that is not only can you continually do damage to all the mini bosses without actually having to really worry too much about the ads, but you can also do a lot of ad control for your teammates if they, say, are focusing on the bosses. The other thing is when the brig comes in, they cannot actually hit you up there. So a lot of the splash damage will actually get redirected away from you, or will just be caught on the catwalk, so long as you stay in the right spot. And once you've completed 0 hour on Legendary, you can head back to 801 and pick up your craftable perk, and then head over to the crafting table and add it to your Outbreak Perfected. And that's going to conclude all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell, the post notifications, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Into the Light or Final Shape content like this. If you've watched till this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag 0 hour or a hashtag Outbreak Perfected or a hashtag Into Light or a hashtag Final Shape in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway on this YouTube channel for this video. Remember, we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And when we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X or a video card of equivalent value. Also have a video coming out for Pantheon later this week. Updated Pantheon, as we got a new boss today. And once more, I'm Scream. Good luck getting your Outbreak perfected, and of course, we will see you next time.